The Dyson Sphere's construction continues, and it's time to make that trip I kept hinting at before getting thoroughly distracted for an entire episode by research cubes. Hello Legion, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Dyson Sphere Program in our Alpha Andromedae series, where I'm not going to go to Alpha Andromedae because that's the word I'm saying out loud. I'm going to go to Leonis Minoris, because the thing that I noticed, the thing that I kept hinting at over the last episode or two, was that oil was starting to run a little bit low on Alpha Andromedae 2, which is really strange, given that we have a massive refinery world whose sole purpose it is to export oil in copious quantities. So we're going to find out what's going on. I might not actually be exporting oil, or I might need to connect some additional not refineries, but extractors. Oil extractors, yes, that's the word. Oil pumps. They're not called oil pumps in the game, but that's what I need to build more of. So we are going to head back to our refinery world and kind of take a look at the status of things. Here we are. Okay, I can definitely tell those have slowed down a lot. So that is likely the main culprit, is that I just need to get some additional oil on the line. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's the issue. So if I had to guess, I probably don't have a lot of any of the resources this planet is designed to... Yeah, definitely no crude, or very little extra crude. We'll have to address that momentarily. But also, let's head up to the other pole, because I'm suddenly very nervous with what I'm going to see here. Yeah. Yeah, that's a problem. Thankfully, we have this storage here, so the hydrogen is... Yeah, the hydrogen actually is still good. Hydrogen's more than good. Yeah, actually, this isn't that bad. It's the crude oil that I need to make sure that I'm managing. So, let's take care of that while we're here. Shouldn't take particularly long. Oh, I still have those cubes on me. So, after we're done here, we will very likely have to make a trip back to Alpha Andromeda just to get those taken care of. Alright, so there's a lot more oil here that I just need to get connected. I just need to find it. Where are you? There's one that I haven't tapped. There's another one. Okay, so actually I've used a lot of it, which is surprising to me. A lot of this has been used up, which is scary. It's scary because this thing took a while to build. And I'm not building another one. It's just not going to happen. That's not in the cards. So let's see what we can do to ensure that the apparatus we've already built here remains effective. Perfect. Now, of course, one trouble with this particular line that I've got set up here is that it's going to need to travel over the refiners. There we go. That's hilarious. Alright, I'm going to bring this... I'm going to kind of keep this at a parallel level for a moment, and then I'll bring it down, because I might potentially connect other things to that at some point in the future. Alright, so that ought to make an immediate difference. Also, it's interesting that there's... That's very strange. There's such an even generation and consumption here. Hang on. Oh, last hour? What about last 10 hours? What about the last 100 hours? All right, it's been on a downward trend, so it should start now, if I'm feeding oil back into this thing a little bit more voraciously, if I can put it that way. It should start feeding a little bit more quickly, hopefully. What are you supposed to be sending this way? Oh, fuel. Yeah, so you can just tell nothing was getting produced. So it kind of makes me wonder, do I need to just stop refining oil on Alpha Andromeda too? That is the genuine question on my mind at this point in time, to be completely frank. I'm laughing because I can hear one of my community members in my head saying, "Hi Frank, I'm so-and-so." You know who you are. All right, so let's go ahead and connect that. And this is going to take a little bit of effort because we've got to take this a ways down here. Let's go ahead. No, I did not want you to build that. Thank you. Hooray. All right, that's not quite going to be high enough, but it'll get us most of the way. How about now? There we go. All right, so with that, let's take another look around because I'll bet there's one. Is that really it? Oh my God, have we really tapped every single crude oil seep on this planet? We have. That's insane. I wouldn't have thought that. I really wouldn't have thought that. But hey, now all of our ore is a little bit more efficient than it was a moment ago, so that's nice. So power-wise, how are we doing here? Let's look at the last hour. Okay, you can definitely see a spike, including potentially an overconsumption. Let's take a look here. No? It looks fine. It looks like it's spiking to overconsumption, but I think it's just because the graph is utterly full. Interesting. Yeah, it's getting close. So it might be worthwhile to pop down one more of these while I'm literally looking at it. And that can be done quite easily by doing this. Nice. Okay, so we've got that in place, and now we have a little bit more fuel that will be exported to the appropriate locations. But, I mean, the end of oil refining on that planet is pretty close. The one thing that I'm remembering, actually, is we do have a planet in another system. I don't think it's this system. Let's get out of here and take a look. We do have a planet. Is it in Al-Rami? I think it's in Al-Rami. I remember being very excited when I discovered this. Yes, there's a Sakura Ocean planet here. And I could set this up for just pure crude export and nothing else. Just so that there was additional crude coming into the system. That's something that I could do. I'm a little bit skeptical it's going to be necessary at this point in the series. I really, again, we're down to the end game now. We're just ramping up the profundity of the production lines for sails. That's what we're doing. We're building more sails so that we can fire more guns and have more panels faster. And that's kind of my sole focus at the moment. Let's head back to Gacrix and we'll take a look at how things are coming along. While I'm flying, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the Dyson shell and see how it's looking. All right, that panel looks like it's ready to be filled in. As does that one. As does that one, and that one, and that one. And that one. Oh, this is great. They're virtually all done. Also that one. Also that one. That one. That one. And that one. In addition to that one. Hang on. I probably passed it. Oh, wow. How's that for timing? Hopped back out of the management screen right as we were about to approach Gacrix Prime. Look at that. Just look at it. And the rockets are still firing at a really great cadence, to be honest. It's good to see. Now I'm sitting here thinking, did I proliferate my white cubes? I don't think I did. I think I proliferated every cube but the white. But I might be wrong. It's been a few days since those recordings, so who knows? I will have to go back and take a look momentarily. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at all those rockets. Just let's see how fast this goes. I've never seen just a stream of rockets filling in an opening in a frame that fast. You can literally you can watch it closing. That's so satisfying because that's the only node where there's still work yet to be done. We have this down here, but it looks like the frame is done. Yeah, that's literally where all the rockets are going. That's it. We're done. All right, so I'm going to save the completion of the capped portions of the sphere for the very end. Okay? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save it. We still have a ton of work to do getting these panels filled in. So I'm going to follow my own rules. It's absurd. It's completely unnecessary. It's just in my head. But I'm not going to fill these in until the frames are complete. It's the principle of the thing. However, it is probably time. Let's go ahead and put this landfill back. It's probably time to head back to Alpha Andromeda and get what we need to make more guns. Because we're about to have need for them. Yeah, that's it. They're done firing. The frame is done. The frame is done. The frame is done. Look at it. The last rockets that are necessary have been fired. Delivering 15, 14, 13, and 0. That's it. It's done. Okay, I see some frames down there that haven't been filled in, and that's... Or wait, is that just a... It's so hard to tell. Oh, that's funny. I think I'm good. If I rotate this way, I can actually see gaps. Oh, wait, there we go. Okay. Yeah, this is one way to do it. Oh, there's one. And another. It's genuinely hard to tell at this point, like, where stuff has been filled in. But if I see, like, if I can see any portion of the equatorial ring of the Dyson frame through other grids as I rotate it, which is literally the trick that I'm using, if I can see that, then I'll know that something is wrong. I think that's it. Just going to rotate it one more time. Yep, I think I got everything. Excellent. Well, what that means... So we're still producing rockets. That's the thing you have to bear in mind. We're still producing rockets, and what you're going to see is these are going to slowly start filling up. Because they're passing rockets all the way down the line. So it's not like the rocket production is just going to stop. So I could, you know, we could approach this in a number of different ways. So yeah, this one's already full. It's already backing up quite quickly. I could shut down rocket production right now, and it would considerably increase the availability of... Look at that. It would considerably increase the availability of sails. I could just shut this down right now, and it would be over. No more would be produced. But very soon, and I do mean very soon, these are going to start backing up. And one thing I could do that I think is probably the most effective way to reduce the amount of time it takes, given that we're not going to be continuing, it doesn't make sense to have a huge backstock, but it makes sense to have a small backstock just on general principle. You know what? I take that back. We're going to have enough of a backstock just stored in the rockets, in the rocket launchers themselves, and I genuinely think I'm happy with that. All right, so this is the one that's filling up right now. There's only about 10, give or take, more. So then these will start filling up. Not that they need to fill up, because the production of those it requires sails, which are all headed down this way. So we're generally going to start seeing a lot more of those become available as these back up. So I could also go ahead... Let me see. Yeah, let's do this. Right, and do I have any of those in my inventory? I do. So let's go ahead and pop those in there. Put those away before I shift click or control click anything. I don't want to do any accidental depositing. That would not go well. Okay, and with that done, hang on, let's take a look at how things are over here, because I would imagine they're already starting to back up, or they're very close to it. Yep, this one's at 16, 20. Yep, it's going to happen like before our eyes right now. There it is. There it is. So they're going to slowly, or honestly pretty quickly, they're going to back up down this line, then they'll back up here, and then these will stop being produced, which means these resources will stop being demanded. And that's going to be a huge win for the ecosystem of the entire thing. So, with that in mind, let's head back to Alpha Andromeda and let that work its magic. How's the power situation on that planet, by the way? Hang on. It's probably worth a look. Quick crater. Oh yeah, we're completely fine. 53.9 gigawatts. Oh, hello. I found two more. Wow. Alright, so what I really need to do is just... like this. Yeah, there we go. Again, the ones near the top are not going to take as long to fill in. But we need to go get stuff for more guns, because we're going to have plenty of sales, and it's worth increasing the rate at which we're producing these. So, look at that. It's coming along so nicely. All of this has been leading to that. What a project indeed. You can see the black hole there in the distance, along with most of our nearby stars. Merope. Did I actually get something from Merope, or did I just visit at some point? I can't remember. I cannot remember. Yeah, so we'll have to drop these cubes off where they can be better used on Alpha Andromeda. It's hard to believe we're almost at the end of the research queue. I can't remember when I set all of the current technologies or what was the list of technologies in that 8 technology queue. It's been several episodes. Probably been somewhere on the order of like 15 to 20 episodes. Oh, hello. That's where I want to be. Let's go. God, they did such a good job with the clouds. I remember when the series started off, that was the thing that it still is. Like in the thumbnail, that's the like feature that's highlighted. Now we've had clouds for 6 months. And it's great. All right, so the deuterium situation here has backed up once again. So we have... yeah. Well, let's take a look at this, shall we? I can probably delete that. Okay, so that makes life a little easier, because now I can set up additional storage and do the same thing I did the first time. I can actually do double additional storage, come to think of it. So let's see how I can connect these. This is an absurd amount of additional storage for deuterium, but I think it makes sense to do it this way. Alright, so this is the final output here. So what we want is for this input to be going there. Oh yeah, this will work. And then you'll feed in there. Glorious. Alright, well that worked out. So let's just quickly look at power. It looks fine. Looks completely fine. Okay, let's drop some things off, shall we? My inventory has become rather cluttered once again. And we can do something about that, 100%. 100% we can do something about that. Ooh. Yeah, let's just do it that way. Just dump them in the tower. Alright, so those resources are painted. Those are painted. These are not being painted. That's interesting. Did I just not catch that earlier? Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Are you serious? Are you actually serious? This is the easiest fix in the history of easy fixes. Oh my god. Please tell me you'll let me do this. Oh, that's almost mean. After the amount of time I spent in the last episode, that is almost inconsiderate to make it that easy. How dare you, game? How freaking dare you make it that easy? That is too funny. Alright, so now all of those are painted, which should, in theory, help with literally everything. Okay. And now, speaking of things that need help, go ahead and produce some more titanium. Okay, there's that. Some more silicon. And then I have some resources on hand. I can put those away. Got some steel that I can honestly get rid of. The supermagnetic rings can go in storage. These will not go... They won't fit. Sorry. I have some deuterium. Ooh, hold on. Didn't notice that as soon as I should have. Wow, that storage is still not full. That's hilarious. It's going to take a while. All right, we're going to dump all that deuterium there. Magical. Oh, what's this? What's this? What's this? Any other distributors like that? Overloaded? Yep. Found one. Looks like I have slightly higher capacity in a few of these, which is good. Alright, nothing I can do there. So where are these going exactly? Remind me. They're going here? Yeah, I'll tell you what. Let's just offload stuff this way. Oh, that's it. That's literally everything. All right, well, I have some paint that I need to offload, so let's head over here. Got some coal. Getting rid of that. Very nice. Now, of course, the resources that I'm offloading here are not, unfortunately, all proliferated, so it's a slight disruption, but do we care at this point? Do we care at this point? I submit that we do not. I submit that we do not. Crude oil, still 4.1 per second. Really? You know what that tells me? You know what that tells me, Legion? Somewhere on this planet, in a spot I have not oh my goodness. No, that one's... It's connected. It's connected. That one's connected too. Interesting. I was going to say, what that tells me is that there's a crude oil seep that's not connected somewhere, but I don't think that's the case. I think they're all connected. All right, so we are once again importing crude, and you can see that quite clearly. That's the thing that I observed that I was a little bit cheeky about, and I was like, I'm not going to tell you what I'm looking at, but I'm looking at something we're going to need to fix in a coming episode. Now, what is your problem? Oh, look. Hydrogen. This is my surprised face. When has hydrogen ever been a problem in the history of the world? In the history of all things DSP. Tell you what, if you are such a huge pain... There. Now we're going straight into that storage, which should help all of these producers actually function. Yeah, graphene's no longer a problem, which is good to see. Let's take a look at... oh, you know what? Let's not forget why we're here. I mean, yes, it's good to empty out the inventory and get rid of some things. Oh, speaking of that, hang on. Wait a minute. Sulfuric acid is going here, and oh, are you empty? No. Still mining a little bit. You're side by side with another one. Sulfuric acid is coming up here. We can definitely drop some off there. Oh, nice. We actually dropped all of it off, just like that. Yeah, graphene is definitely no longer a problem, which is really, really nice to see. Because that struggle was real for a minute there. That struggle was too real. I was not a fan of how real that struggle was. Okay. So, this is why we're here. We need more gears. We have supermagnetic rings. That's not a problem. We have processors. That's not a problem. We have steel in large amounts. That's not a problem. So it's really just that we need gears. Okay. And one thing I'll do as well, just to make use of all the materials I have on hand, is we'll put those there. And there we go. Is that really all the steel I have? Really, truly? That's what you want to tell me? Solve that problem. Oh, wow. You can see the number that I can build climbing. Or at least it was climbing for a moment. Now I need to get more steel. And the reason it was climbing is the bots were bringing me up. They're doing it again. See? See? That's hilarious. They're bringing me more of the resources that I need to make these. Which is nice because they're guaranteeing that the only thing I'm actually consuming here is the steel. That's so cool. All right, so this is going to take a while. We're queuing up a lot of guns. You thought we queued up a lot of guns before. We didn't. We're queuing up a lot of guns now. And we're also giving all of these production apparatuses on, or apparati, on Alpha Andromeda 2 something to do, which is positive. We've given them purpose. I'm intentionally pulling the rest of those out because I like the idea of getting rid of all of the unproliferated steel to build these. That almost feels like I'm killing 2 or 3 birds with one stone here, you know? Oh my god. Oh my god. This is just... Oh my god. Look at the number keep trying to go back up. That's amazing. Alright, so now we're in good shape. Let's go ahead and put some stuff back in inventory. Supermagnetic rings, processors. Looks like we are golden. Now I do have some research cubes on me still. Don't know how that happened, but that's relatively easily handled. There we go. Now, did I not set up somewhere on this world? The fact that I still have unipolar magnets being transported at all is hilarious to me. Genuinely hilarious. Alright, so you can use hydrogen, and I have hydrogen to get rid of, so there you go. We have up here... Do I really need sails here? There's a pretty good argument that I don't, to be honest. I would do it on power. Power remains completely fine. As do these. And even deuterium storage is filling up here again. So that's a win. Really? Did I not have more storage when I built you? Let's see if we can solve that problem. Yeah, that actually does help. It's pulling more hydrogen off the line. So, we are approaching the 35-minute mark for this episode. I have got just... I lost count 20 minutes ago. Okay, it hasn't been 20 minutes. But I lost count of how many guns that I'm building. So... that's enough for the guns. In the next episode, I'm going to go back. We're going to build them on Gacrux 1. Matter of fact, I'm going to leave now. We're going to build them on Gacrux 1. I think I'm going to leave now. Game, what you doing? There you go. We're going to build them on a Gacrux 1, or Gacrux Prime, if you want to call it by its proper name, which we gave it. We're going to build them there. And then the Dyson Sphere will be completed that much faster. Actually, before I end the episode, I'm actually going to follow this all the way back, and I want to take a look at how that shift in production that I've been hyping up for 3 or 4 episodes is actually taking shape. I think it's going to look pretty solid. What I want to see is just a good amount of solar sails available to me. So we'll see if that's the case. Wow. It's really easy to take for granted how fast the warp travel is, because we just passed Gacrix Prime, and I realized it, and I cut the warp drive, and by the time we turned around, we were 5 astronomical units away from Gacrix Prime. But I'm just going to intentionally cruise in at maximum sublight, just so that we can enjoy this view. Notice, by the way, the God rays from the Dyson Sphere are being occluded by the portions of the frame of the panels that have been built. Look at that. You see the flicker? You can see it best at the, look straight and, north and south of the star. You can see the flickering in the rays. It's just insanely cool. So you can see one panel, a lonely panel, and maybe one more down on the south side, the south hemisphere. That's completely done. But we're about to start firing a lot more sails as this thing completes. So if we take a look at the shell layer, this is how far along we are. Which is to say, we still have a ways to go. It's part of the reason I've gone ham on building these. We already have more than 50 additional, actually more than 80 additional, 82 to be precise. Hello. And let's take a look at that situation before we wrap up, shall we? Where are we? Oh, here's the sails already backed up. No, wait, no, that's not the sails. Seriously, the tint, the atmospheric tint made them look yellow, and I was like, oh, look, sails. No, those aren't sails. I don't even think we're on the right pole for sails. No, we have to be. Maybe we're not. I'm just gonna follow the equator. That's how we're gonna find out. There they are. All right, so you can tell, production-wise, we're in very good shape. However, we're starting to see gaps in the line, which is not terribly surprising. It's honestly like, maybe what's happening is these are just now starting to back up to the point. I think they are. Oh, I think it's happening right in front of us. I think these are just now starting to back up to the point that we're going to see some backup in storage. Let's see if it starts to happen. Timing couldn't have been better if that's the case. I mean, you can already see some flickering in the storage, so maybe that's what's going on. Now, why are you showing that you're... excuse me? Excuse me? Oh my god, we have some... What? No. Are you serious? Alright, well, I know what I'm fixing first thing next episode, but we're at the 39-minute mark for this episode, so I'm going to stop here. In the next one, we're going to frickin' proliferate these damn processors. Circuit boards, not processors. Wow, I found one thing. I found the one thing that's not proliferated, and it's now bottlenecking the construction of solar cells. After all that hype, that's so funny. But after this, we might be able to expand the production of these pretty substantially. and then I think we'll be in good shape. So we'll see how that goes. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If it's not your first time or even your second, look for the join button to access unique emotes, badges, and other perks. New episodes are coming out every day at noon US Eastern Time, and comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think. Look at that. And I'll see you next time.